This is Untethered Travel live streams where we travel and live the world. Today we're live streaming Mt Tapochao, which is the tallest and only mountain on Saipan. And I'm Wesley Green.
And I'm Erica Baker.
And we are not in the layout that I wanted, but I'm going to flip us around anyway. I mean, the view is so amazing here. I don't want to spend a lot of time focused on me. Let me flip us around. Erica, did you read anything about Tapochao? I know we've tried this a couple of times now.
I didn't. I feel bad. I'm not prepared for this class today, sir.
Well, that is okay, because I was prepared for it a couple of times, and finally I was just like, all right, if we end up there, we'll just have to wing it, which is fine. There's not a lot about the mountain. It's just the view. We're getting a fantastic view. You can see the whole island from here. People say you could see the whole island, and I'm like, yeah, okay. But I in my head, I guess I thought something was going to stretch off into the distance. You can literally just turn around this little spot right here and see every coast.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Follow it around. Let's start at the airport, and I'll show you.
Oh, it's so pretty. Look how pretty that is.
It is. Now, we are far enough away that you can't see how dramatic the east coast of the island is, but there are many cliffs. I guarantee if you've seen tropical island cliffs with, strong waves in some advertisement or, movie or something, this is a good bet that they might have filmed some of it here.
Is that what like you're looking the thing that they call the suicide cliffs?
They're up the north end of the island, and let's go that way now.
Oh, okay.
So that's the southern tip of the island, actually. I'll go ahead and mention before we turn. You can see the airport probably in the distance. You can see the end of this island, and the next spot of land that you see is Tinian. And I'll tell you what, I don't know. I can zoom in if you can't see it. Let's go ahead and do that now. By the way, I'm here with Carlos and his godchildren.
Hi, Carlos and godchildren.
I don't know if you can hear them in the background, but there's a 12-year-old and a 6-year-old, and you can hear her going, "Shut up! I am talking." It's just like if I handed her a script to be a kid, that would be what I had written. But that's all. I don't know if you could tell. That's all of Tinian. That's the whole island.
Wow. Can you see? Well, where's Rota? See it from there?
Rota is closer to Guam, so that's about 200 kilometers away.
Oh,
it's not impossible to see on a clear day, but we don't have a clear day today. We got a little overcast. So I'm going to zoom us back out for a moment. Okay, so that's the south tip of the island. Now we're going to swing around. There's the dramatic cliffs. They do have names, these dramatic cliffs, but I just don't know all of them because despite it being an extremely small island, there's everything along the coast. Every little patch of beach and every cliff has a name and something special about it. Kind of cool. All right. And then that past the cell tower that's probably giving me cancer.
Not right away, though, so it's okay.
No, I won't detect it for years.
No instant cancer here. Just
Well, that's the direction of the suicide cliffs, and I haven't been up there, so I can't point out which one it is, but it's on the north end of the island.
Okay, that's cool, though.
Yeah,
so you
cool.
Got the regular cliffs, then you got the suicide cliffs. It makes me think that they're going to be like really hard to walk up. But me walking up to any cliff is like going to make me die.
I mean, in this heat, I'll be honest. I love to walk. I walk everywhere, but in this heat, if I can get a ride, I'll take it. We just passed a lady who works for the EPA who hiked up here up the road, and it's not very tall, but there's no hiking trails, so it's not the vertical ascent you would get with a normal trail. She had to walk the road, and it makes kind of a long trip. Roads go wind back and forth. And to be honest, we barely made it.
Man.
Oh, we were gone momentarily, I think.
I know. I was just waiting for it to pop back. It's just like when we have little skips on the phone. It was like, oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, the service here is the only bad thing about it is that you get those weird momentary cuts. Otherwise, yeah, otherwise no problem. I shouldn't say no problem, but it's decent service. So this is we'll see it better in a moment when we go over there. You can kind of see over on the edge that's Garapan, and then there's the southern end of the island, and I mean it looks like one little development area from here, and it really is. But every road is a different name of like Olei and San Jose and Sasupe, and it's not Etna, that's the insurance company, but it's a town that sounds like Etna. And that's the whole island. That's it. You can literally see the whole thing from here with just a spin around. So this is a small island. I guess is the moral of that story. If you thought Guam was small, boy, you're gonna get claustrophobic here. All right. Are you ready for some history?
Yes. Yes.
Jungle fighting. 25 days after the invasion began, U.S. commanders declared the island of Saipan secure. In the last days of the battle, thousands of Japanese soldiers died honoring their emperor by Gyokusai, massive all-out attacks. Others chose to take the fight deep into the jungle-covered hills and caves below this summit. One group of soldiers under Captain Sake Oba, eluded capture and waged guerrilla war on American occupation forces for another 17 months. He said, I am proud to have served with you. You have fought well and in keeping with the spirit of Bushido. Today, by order of our emperor, we will end our war, but we will end it as undefeated soldiers of Japan.
Oh, so he thinks. Yes.
Oh, that's great.
And did you say it was jungle fighting?
Jungle fighting, yeah. The jungle we're looking at right now. It's amazing for such a small island that so much of it is still undeveloped.
Which that is actually a good part of that because
yeah, definitely. Good in general and good for visitors.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, we're talking about this mainly from a travel perspective, and I kind of want to encourage people to come here because it's a beautiful island. And it's the very fact that it is so undiscovered. I mean, most Americans don't know it exists and it's part of the United States.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'd have it all to themselves. Like you won't have to share a crowded beach with a bunch of stank people all up in your business.
No, that's right. Especially right now. And, again, it's not really the best time to encourage people to travel, but presumably by the time people see this, travel will be back to normal. And,
mm-hmm.
The thing that dissuades people from coming, though, is the long flight from the U.S. And I got to say, again, one of the things that makes it nice is that no matter how much I encourage people to come, I don't think it's ever going to get flooded with tourists. Mm-hmm. At least not North American tourists. We're much closer to Japan, Korea, and China, and Philippines. So you might see those tourists, but that requires international travel, so they're not going to flood the place, I don't think. So one of the nice things is going to be always that you kind of have it to yourself. Not entirely, it's not going to be nobody here, but it's not going to get overrun. Taking Mt Tapochao. It took 10 days of brutal uphill fighting for American Marines to hammer their way up from the invasion beaches near Chalankanoa, below to the summit where you now stand. Holding this higher ground had given the Japanese and later the Americans a powerful military advantage. the ability to observe troop movements and call down artillery fire over most of Saipan.
This is nice. Okay, see, this was such a busy and important historical place where, you know, a lot of warring going on is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it goes back to what we were talking about during the Japanese jail episode, which is it's so rare in America to find World War II historic sites, and yet they're all over the place here, and because it's so far out, no one seems interested in preserving them.
I really wish they would.
Yeah, well, I am gonna. That is on my list of things to do.
Oh,
there's nothing historic about this home. It's just really impressive.
Yeah, it looks like a drug lord's home.
It kind of does, yeah. This home. I mean, on one side, I don't know what that's garage or what on the left side of the image. When they look out that window, they see the Philippine Sea, and when they look out their living room window from the main house, I don't know. When they look out that side of the house, they see the Pacific Ocean. That's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
They really picked a spot.
So that is someone's home and not like a big bed and breakfast or something?
No, it's a private home.
Wow.
I would have made it a bed and breakfast for no other reason, just so people can see the impressive island here. But also so I can make money off of it, because I made it into a bed and breakfast. Obviously selling that. Let's see. Swing like a gate. The American commanders who planned the amphibious Japan never forgot that the most valuable piece of ground on this island in 1994 was the airport you see on the plain below. I suppose it was the same place. 8,000 U.S. Marines of the 2nd and 4th Divisions hit the beaches below at 8:43 a.m. on June 15, 1944. Thousands of infantrymen of the 27th Army Division began following the Marines ashore 32 hours later. The American battle orders were to seize the airfield and take the high ground, then swing like a gate across the island, pushing the Japanese northward. Oh, this may be a map with you. That's the area we were just looking at. The left side is them headed towards the airfield, which is now the international airport.
Oh.
And everybody else moved northward to clear the island. And we've got a military vessel in the offshore. You can't even say in the harbor because there's not really a harbor here. Can you see it, or do I need to zoom?
Oh, yeah. Zoom anyway, though. I do see a little boop out there.
A little boop. We just got your little military boop over there. There we go.
That's a good zoom.
It's pretty decent, yeah. Well, we went birding this morning, so we did when we got up, and I thought, oh, that would make a good episode. And then we started looking through the binoculars, and I'm like, I don't have that kind of zoom.
No.
It's not that good. Yeah, and there's been this is what's weird. A few days ago, this one showed up, and it's some military vessel. We're not really sure. There's an army base here, so presumably they're just supplying them. But all of the civilian freighters have, I don't say disappeared. I mean, it may just be coincidence, but there's not been any, and there's usually several out there waiting to unload and load. But I'm not predicting anything ominous. Just maybe they stink on that ship, or the others will. Preparing for invasion. In the spring of 1944, Imperial Japanese commanders were taking hard looks at Saipan's many beaches, like those you see below. They knew a U.S. invasion was coming soon, their final preparations including massing troops in key locations ready to move quickly. The Japanese defenders planned to pin the Americans down long enough to allow The powerful Japanese First Mobile Fleet then patrolling the Philippine Sea to the west to counterattack. Spotters on this mountain could direct cannon fire to inflict heavy losses on the beaches.
And I want to like make a note of this again, that this island is only 12 miles long and about 6 miles wide, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of activities going on here with, again, warring. There's a lot of warring going on. So I couldn't imagine being from there and having this happen to me.
Yeah, I bet anyone old enough to remember it has some pretty horrific memories. But they would have to be, what would they be now? Their late 70s?
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's if they were born when it was happening.
Yeah,
they'd have to be older than their late 70s.
Wait, because, well, if everybody was there, yeah, they were born when it was happening. Like, because Daddy was born in 47. He would have been in 70s now, so, yeah.
More than 40,000 Japanese died defending this island. Wow. All right, let's move on. Let's mosey on. That's a great view, though. That little platform. Pretty spectacular. That's an end of the island I really want to be able to get to because it's got a lot of interesting sights. I think the last Japanese command post is up there because they were showing you the American forces came from the southern tip of the island and swept up. So the last holdouts were on that tip. Now, I don't know if there is a plaque or any sort of thing describing the statue we have here. This is not a Cristo Redentor type statue like we found in Vietnam, but it's very high.
Oh,
Carlos says hello.
Hey, Carlos.
Hello. Oh, there is something written there. Okay. Oh, she's mistaken.
I'm trying to make her laugh.
Wow. We'll have to back off to not have that.
Wait,
Halo.
I sounded like a
Christ. Hello.
Excuse
me. Christ has died. Christ has risen. Christ will come again. Donated by Mr. and Mrs. Excuse me. S.N. Cabrera and family. Constructed by the youth of the Commonwealth. Mr. Herman B. Cabrera, architect. N.C. Godino, contractor. Easter of 1987. Oh, it's really recent.
Oh.
I know some of my way.
I am not surprised. Carlos says he's related to them. Every person we pass on the street is like, hey, it's my cousin.
Can you zoom in on
I can. On the statue?
Yeah.
Yes, can do that.
Also, it looks really cool with the clouds in the background. Oh.
It does. I'm not sure it's good for actually seeing the statue because it's kind of just a.
Oh no, I can see it. Also, it just looks like you're gonna film an awesome music video right there.
It does. Yeah, this could be the start to a music video. Oh, for sure. If you had like a drone footage going around the edge, showing the island in the background, yeah, that'd be awesome. I do want to get a drone for this show. I don't think we're going to work it into the live. We can get some good shots. So cool. Let's see. And they do, what do they call the procession? Is that what's called the procession? The Catholic practice of like parading through the streets with the cross.
Oh my God. Isn't it just
Oh, they are
procession?
waiting for us to come together for the party on the yacht.
Oh, what?
Yacht. Somebody just sent me a text that said they're waiting for me at the yacht. For some reason, my number must have been someone else's number before because I get frequent weird messages.
Would it be Eucharist?
Oh, is that what it's called? I thought that was. You're going all the way down. Well, we're gonna follow him actually because the procession stuff is over there. I think it's just called the procession, but is it done on the Eucharist? Is that a holiday?
Yeah, that's the holiday, and I think the procession is just that. It's just a procession.
It's just called the procession. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna walk over to where they leave the cross. Apparently, they bring one up every year. We're not here for that, but unfortunately. Oh, but I tell you, just as a side note, since we're walking through not the jungle, but an unkempt stairwell. We walk. There's the museum. Remember, Archie at the museum said that there was going to be a regular weekly like festival.
Oh yeah.
Remember him talking about that? Well, they're doing it now.
Oh.
So I'd like to work. I think I'm going to change next week's time and topic. I mean, we don't have anybody, waiting anyway. To Friday, well, Friday here, and so that we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, it's over there. Okay. Oh, this is the dedication for the stairway. Okay. The 1993 dedication of the Mt Tapochao stairways was made possible by the Saipan Chamber of Commerce and its Special Projects Committee, government agencies, and the following companies. So the poorly kept concrete stairs are the result of all these companies. If my company was gonna give money, I would make sure that the stairs looked nice. Just at least send somebody up with a weed whacker. May peace prevail on earth. That is Japanese. And that is Korean. And that is Chinese.
You can tell the distinct difference between all of them too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Japanese and Chinese can be a little difficult because there's so many characters that overlap, and it's like no change, no difference.
Right, you have to look for those few that are like, oh, that's definitely
right.
Mm-hmm.
For me, there's some dead giveaway Japanese characters, and I'm like, yeah, I know that's not Chinese. I don't even have to know what it means. You just know that's not a Chinese character there.
Mm-hmm.
They're too simple. The Chinese characters are way complex. I guess that's where they end their shebang. It doesn't look like Charlie's going to get on today. He's taking care of the kids. Blind man, actually. There's God's kids. We took them birding, and they were thrilled to go look at some birds.
I know. I would like to go birding. That would be awesome. I mean, I guess I can look out my window over here at these birds because they're hollering every morning with their little chirps. Like, get up. You have to be alive and stuff.
Shut up, birds.
I'm like, why are you so chipper?
Now, that's your cue to go to sleep, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do the Zoom. I hope this comes through. Okay. I don't know if I need to even move closer. Can you see the rain falling on the ocean? Patch. Maybe
Wait, is that a little patch of it?
Yeah, that's rain coming down.
Yeah, rain like in a cartoon where it would show rain just falling in spot. Yes.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
So you see it here, folks. That does happen. So cartoons, it's
Cartoons
all
are real. Exactly. That's the lesson today. Cartoons are real. But that's crazy though. It looks like a freaking cartoon because it's just like a big patch, and they're like, "Yep, that's where the water's gonna come down right here." Boop.
That is so cool.
Now this one on this side,
Oh,
this one I think is just sunlight.
oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that the craziest thing?
Just
Patch of
every
sunlight
little
there.
natural thing there is just gorgeous.
Well, you're not wrong. Yeah, it's an insanely gorgeous island. And again, just to drive this home, it's because there are so few people here. It's not a highly populated island, and not a lot of tourists get here, and it just makes it a nice place. So, my message to everyone is: come to this beautiful place, unless there's a lot of you, and then don't. Regular trash can is nice. All right. Well, let's go walk back over there. You know, I knew this would be a relatively short. I mean, it's been half an hour, but we just wanted to get the fantastic view from here. Originally wanted to get the sunrise because I bet this would be a great place to watch the sunrise. But Charlie was like, "Yeah, that ain't gonna happen."
Well, also, I'd be worried about all of the vegetation and me busting my butt when it's dark out.
Yeah, if you come up here before, yeah, sure. I mean, the road's not in terribly good shape. We
You
had to
can camp out over there. You get a tent and do a camping thing, and then that's where you're like, no, I don't have to do all that either. That's ridiculous.
There's not really a place to camp, and also it's not that far. It's just that the road's not in great shape, so it becomes kind of a not a long trip, but a one not everyone wants to take. Like he said, he thought cabs would come up here, and I'm like, I don't think they will. So just looking at the road, I was like, yeah, I don't think cabs are going to come up because you really need a 4x4. You need to hire a special tour guide to come up, and they do tours of it. I don't know if there's any going right now because tourism is so slow, but normally, yeah, they do have what they call jungle tours, and this is on that tour. And to be honest, actually, you saw the parking lot, and then up these stairs, and that's all there is to it. It's not a gigantic mountain.
That'd be my kind of mountain to climb then.
When you take a car to the top.
Hi, Erica. Half a day, as we say here, it's our dream. Half a day at Todomala.
Todomala. Now that's Carolinian, right?
No, it's just one.
Oh.
Todomala is our fun.
Like half a day.
Half a day.
Yeah.
Todomala. Okay.
What
right.
was the last part though? What is it?
Todomala.
Todomala.
No, that's bad. You don't want to litter. Well, that is very easy to get to. All right, let's end it. Let's walk over and get a nice little background shot from the historic plaques. And next week we'll have something set up for the museum's weekly thing. I'm not exactly sure what all they're going to do, but it's on the museum grounds, so I know I can walk there. So that's good. Hopefully they'll have some music and some food. And also hopefully we'll get Charlie or someone to, tell us a little about Chamorro culture.
Okay, so when he was saying half a day, that's like saying like hello or what's up, right?
That's right.
And then Toto Mallet is like everything's good or it's good, all good or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. Yeah, I'm on level 3 on my Chamorro language, so I'm pretty much an expert now.
Oh, was that on the thingy that link I showed you, or did you find another?
Learningchamorro.com.
Yes, yeah, I like that little link, and it tells you a little bit about it. I've got to do that after I slack on my Spanish a little bit over here, like I've been doing.
I try to finish slacking on these other things. I'll slack on this. Well, I love that site. They're like, just do it every day, and it doesn't matter if you progress. It's just something to do, so don't pressure yourself, which is exactly how you should think about learning language, because it's really not something you can rush.
No, you have to do it in your own. Well, I mean, in set ways that people have had proven results with, but also in the way that works best for you too. So, I know I'm not going to sit here and drill it into my head, and I've learned a lot just by wanting to know it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You learn it because you're interested in it. All right. Well, thank you for coming along with me today.
It was fun and pretty.
It was fun.
We got to see a cartoonesque cloud rain formation. What? That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's still going a little bit. It's simmered down a little bit now.
There's the light, and then that is just so gorgeous.
It is.
It's great there. It really is. I mean, there's, I know we complain a lot, and complaining is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just what's going to happen. But no, it's really.
Yeah, I mean, the things to complain about are. It's more expensive here than it should be. It's not as expensive as the mainland U.S. And people on the mainland do not realize how badly, or most of them don't realize how badly they're getting screwed on prices.
They just say it anyway because they've been told that well,
that's just the way it is.
Has done something. No. They'll blame it on whoever they don't like. You know what I mean?
Or whoever's in office. Yeah, it's true.
Right.
But the thing is, it's been going on, for at least 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably longer than that, but yeah.
Well, definitely progressively since Reagan.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It started in earnest then. And that includes transportation here. There should be we passed while we were riding on the island this morning. We passed a lot that had public buses sitting in it, old ones. And I'm just like, how have things gone so badly that you actually have the buses, which cost, I think, several $100,000 each, or at least $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
You bought them, did not maintain them, and then parked them in a lot. And the people on the island, the only way they can get around is to go buy a car.
Right.
That's worth complaining about. Now
you could have a bike, but again, you can't get a freaking bike there. That it's a literal beach. It's all beaches. It's an island. It's beaches. So beach cruiser bikes would be the thing that I would think that you would have there. But they have mountain bikes. You only got one mountain.
I went into a store yesterday. It was a bike store. And I said, "Do you have a beach cruiser?" And of course, the lady didn't speak English, so she went and asked somebody in the back what a beach cruiser was. And she's like, "No, we only have mountain bikes."
Why?
And I was like,
sure because that's
that
the only
makes
shipment
sense.
they could get in.
Yeah, that's for whatever reason. I mean, that's not just here. For whatever bizarre reason, that was true in Hanoi when I went to ride around the lake there. Hanoi is on a floodplain, not a mountain. The only thing they have for you to ride, mountain bikes. I have no idea what's going on with the bike world, but that's not okay. We need to talk to somebody in charge here.
Let's go to the seedy underbelly of the bike world and really dig into it like a Vice article.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. We had a good little show, and you literally got to see the island this episode, so you can't say you haven't seen it. I would love to get over. And we saw Carlos finally. Hope he'll join next time. Maybe he'll want to go next week to the museum. He can actually add a lot of extra stuff. Although we might run into Archie again. Maybe he'll want to give us a tour of the festival or whatever going on.
Archie, give us a tour.
All right. Oh, it's about to start raining. He's right. It's right over my head. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. If you want to contribute to the show, go to the YouTube page and go to the the banner at the top, and you'll see my Patreon. If you want to follow me, the Twitter's up there, and if you want to do other things, there are lots of links up there for you to explore, and you can see you can use the Saipan playlist if you want to see everything else we've done in Saipan and everything we will do, because we're still here. And also, enjoy the next video, Erica.
Yeah. Yes. Come back. Y'all come see
Yes.
us sometime.
Y'all come see us sometime. All right. Thank you much. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Jag är där och de här kommer då se personer som tar över.